tunnel, we don't see anything.
1 lights, 2 lights, 3, 4, 5. And away they go. Tron gets a little bit of a jump start.
No, Yorkie gets stuck. I snagged something. Yorkie snagged something in the start.
She's now at the tail end of the field, but not. It's still right there. Tron, your current leader, into the hairpin. It looks Morticia kind of cutting the corner there, but the slow zone keeps her from overtaking. It is almost single. Oh, Tron slows down up the hill. They're backing up a bit. Zermu to the lead.
Shermu, who lost the position because he had a little touch against the wall, but now he recovers after the little touch between Evely and Tron. Meanwhile, Morticia takes P2, Yorkie takes P3, Sam is P4, and Evely is P5. This is the possible scenario we were talking about, because Evely now is in trouble. She needs to pass Sam and Yorkie and try to catch up Morty or Shermu, otherwise she will be facing these other drivers for the rest of the race, and that might be problematic. Thanks Gatomot for subscribing to the channel, that I didn't say anything. And here we are, seeing how Shermu and Morticia are starting to create a very little gap.
But
and Evely...
that first lap just shows how crazy this track can be, because we had Tron go from first to from first place down to second to last in just the first lap, and then Yorkie going from dead last to third.
Evely now takes P3 over Yorkie and Sam, but I don't know if it will be fast enough to take... yeah, actually, if Shermu and Morty keep fighting for P1, Evely will catch up and she may be able to take the lead in the short term. Meanwhile, Yorkie is very close to Evely. Yorkie is trying to take Evely's draft, which is what she must do in order to be able to qualify for race A.
Yeah, because Evely doesn't have Morticia's draft, but Yorkie, I think... let me zoom out, I can't see from here. I'm really bad at clicking on cars as they move. Yeah, I think Yorkie is close enough for draft. No, she's not.
Not
she's
yet.
Just out of Evely's draft right now.
So Yorkie might have lost Evely's draft, and that means that she needs to...
Sam.
Yeah, actually, yeah, at the moment is Sam more in the position to fight Yorkie's position than Yorkie for fighting Evely's. Evely is a bit lost in the middle of the... between the leaders and the P4.
Into the wall goes Evely.
She's not being very accurate.
Yorkie with the ball tap. Sam coming up from behind. Probably not going to make a move here. Nope, stays on her tail. Oh, gosh, this is so hard to cam around the tunnel.
We see the fight here between Yorkie and Sam for P4. To trying to take, but this is the classic mistake we see every race. People fighting for position means you will not catch up the car ahead, and if you had any opportunity to take that position in front of you, you are about to lose it. Shermu is enough consistent now to get rid of Morticia, who is no longer in draft distance. Morty is no longer in draft distance, and that could mean that if Shermu keeps the good pace, Shermu might escape the group.
Well, she's back in it because Shermu ran over the slow zone. Well, she just lost it, but she had it for a moment because Shermu ran over the slow zone at the hairpin, but he started to pull away again. Evely, meanwhile, gaining just enough. I think she had a good enough corner exit, so now Evely has draft. Yep, nope, not quite yet. Almost there. She probably has the pace to catch Morty here within the next lap.
Cherno. Tron gets the GP1 experience, going from row 1 to last row in one lap. Yeah, definitely the classic GP1 experience for some people.
It's the Sun Beach experience. That applies to every racing series.
Yeah. And now, yeah, Evely is now catching up Morticia, but Morticia is not catching up Shermu. And this basically means that Evely, knowing that it's very unlikely that they reach Shermu at this point, I'm pretty certain that Evely will try to fight for Morticia's position, because is not pointless. No, Evely against the wall! Evely against the wall! She just lost Morticia's draft with that move, and now is Yorkie closer to her than she is to Morticia. We are going to say that Evely has a reason to fight with Mortician for P2 because it means starting one position more ahead in the race A. So it's convenient really to take the lead and to try to take at least P2. But with that move there, with that little accident Evely had, now she's a bit further from that possibility, while Shermu keeps comfortably creating a gap. Now it's a critical point. Yeah, critical point now because the leaders are lapping her, the current last position on the race, and they must make no mistakes, otherwise they will lose a lot of time here.
Yep, clean move.
No, head against the wall.
Oh!
No! Okay. Little collide, but not serious enough.
So far, 3 cars passed lap traffic with, let's say little incident, because not too much, if any, time was really lost getting by.
Yeah.
Serious incidents. But we'll see here what happens with Yorkie, and they're coming up real fast.
Here we are, Yorkie. It's gonna be a big risk. No! No! Herb, no, against the wall again. Herb gets stuck between, like Yorkie and Sam made a sub. Oh my god, Herb against the wall. Yorkie and Sam made a sandwich with Herb, but that led only to Herb expelling Yorkie out to the wall in the last lap, in the last turn, and that basically left Yorkie out of the fight for P4 because now she has another problem, and that problem is called Trong Udal. Trong Udal, who's right behind her, and he says, okay, this is my opportunity. If you give it to me this easy, I'm gonna fight for this position. And now Trong Udal is in the fight for P5, while Sam, unless she messes it up, should secure P4. All of this due to this accident with Herb. Very unlucky for Yorkie.
And I do sympathize a lot with Yorkie. Actually, hang on. Cam on Evely. She just zipped right past Morticia through the final corner into second place.
Oh my god. How did she catch up? Like pure pace or was did Morty have any collide or something?
I'm not quite sure. They're not too far behind Zoomer, but I assume just maybe a little lack of consistency on maybe Morty's end. Not quite sure.
So Evely managed to catch up. Now she is in P2, and if she has a good enough pace, she should try to go for the lead because it's important to get the best position possible for race A.
I can sympathize a lot with Yorkie because in her situation she had not only a slow lapped car in the middle of the track approaching a acute angle corner, but she also had Sam Phoenix right on her tail, and that's really difficult to make a decision to either slow down and wait to make the move with the risk of being overtaken or barreled through from the car behind, or try to pass on the inside where you have to really dive deep into the corner and then all your speed is lost and everyone gets tangled up. I think she kind of was just stuck. She didn't really have anywhere to go.
Yeah, it was definitely a kind of situation where experience would have played an important role. If she had the... Oh, Evely against the wall a little bit, not that much, but yeah, that kind of collision, having the experience might lead her to take a different decision on how to manage that situation.
And as Zoomer crosses the line, they are halfway done with the race. 15 laps to go.
15 laps to go. Shermu at the moment leading the race quite comfortably. He doesn't have anyone behind with draft distance, although there's time for Evely to catch up and try to take the P1. Evely, who's P2 at the moment, she had a bit of a rocky start, but she proved what kind of driver she is, and now she is in P2 and pretty certain trying to take P1. And in P3 we have Morticia, who has lost the draft distance from Evely, but she's very safe right now in P3 because you don't see anyone behind her. She doesn't see anyone behind her. Behind her is Sam Phoenix, but Sam Phoenix doesn't see Morticia, so the gap between them is Sam Phoenix against the wall, and Yorkie takes P4. Yorkie, who kept a good pace, takes P4 thanks to Sam's mistake, and now Sam has another problem rather than Yorkie, and that problem is again Trong Udal. Trong Udal is being the predator for Yorkie and for Sam on these races. Every time they make a mistake, Trong is there trying to take advantage of it, and now he has done, because for now he... Oh my... What? Oh my god. That movement from Sam Phoenix was not very clean. Sam Phoenix kept Tron against the wall, so he couldn't keep turning there.
Sorry to interrupt the battle at the back here, because I know it's really intense, but we also had some lap traffic that the leaders had to deal with. Emmy had to throw out a blue flag for Herv, because he did slow up Zurmu a bit, who now has, because of this, Evely right there, just about. Might not be in draft distance just yet, but she has an opportunity here to take the win.
It is important for drivers to manage traffic.
Although slow zone for Evely and a wall on exit, so Zurmu is now halfway again.
She is still not in draft distance. She is 1.6 behind. But Morticia is not in draft distance of Evely either, which means...
And here comes Sam right up on her tail, so it's still, gosh, it's pretty crazy pack for 4th place back there.
Yeah, and they are about to find Herv again. So this is gonna be very definitory, because if they don't manage to get rid of her in the proper way, we might see another position change here.
It's almost gonna be like a repeat of before.
But now Herb goes quite okay. Good move from her at avoiding the group. And that makes this battle... Oh my god, that was a good move from Sam Phoenix. This group of here, even if they are out at the moment from qualifying for race A, they are still fighting for P4, and it's very relevant because if for any reason one of the top 3 drivers at the moment needs to leave or crashes or something, the leader of this group of 3, now 2 because Tron lost pace, could qualify for race A. We see some fight here between Sam and Yorkie.
This is all still relevant despite the fact that they're not fighting for a transfer spot, because points are on the line depending on what these drivers are trying to achieve.
Yorkie takes the lead. Oh, Yorkie there. That move against Sam was a bit dangerous.
Not sure if that was a block or what, but it doesn't look like it's really hurt anyone.
But that gave the chance to Tron, who's the predator of the series, to catch up again. I have the feeling that Tron will do something magic at the end of the race, with 5 laps to go.
He's just biding his time right there, back there. We'll see what this duel up ahead of him will do for his chances, but he's just sticking on.
Oh, that attempt from Sam to pass the York. The slow song didn't end very well, and Sam against the wall. Tron takes the position as well. Tron is now P5 behind Yorkie and ahead of Sam, and that can be the final move that can define the P4, because now Sam needs to get rid of Tron to be able to attack Yorkie's position, or from another point of view, it can be Tron's opportunity to consolidate his strategy of predating other drivers and take P4 over Yorkie. We will see how this ends. By the way, Evely is closing the gap with Shermu, and with 5 laps to go, maybe she manages to catch up and take the lead. But for now, we are intensely following this fight here.
Tron tries to make a move, doesn't make it work. Hits the slow zone coming through the final corner.
Slow zone for Tron.
Oh, another slow zone for Tron.
The fight between... Yeah, now Yorkie has a little advantage.
Oh!
Sam Phoenix, who takes the slow zone, cuts the corner to try to take the position from Tron, but she doesn't manage, and that has only slowed them down, because now Yorkie has created enough of a gap to keep Tron out of the draft. So it's very complicated for them now in 3 laps to catch up Yorkie, and that might mean that Yorkie secures P4 in the end.
Yep, and there's only 2 laps to go as Zumu rounds the final corner. Evely has dropped back just a slight bit because they did have to deal with traffic again. At this rate, unless Zumu makes a tremendous mistake, it is probably going to finish as we see it. Except for the backpack, because we still have Phoenix in draft range of Tron.
It's been a great job from Shermu this race, who took the lead at the beginning of the race and kept it for the whole of it. It's true that he lost the lead for a few turns before recovering, but in the first in the same lap 1, and he managed to keep a good enough gap to keep the lead, and Evely was no longer closing the gap. Even worse, she is losing gap with Shermu, because she was at some point 1 second.
Major duel between Tron and Sam. They were side by side to the final corner with a lap to go, so it's a melee back there.
God, we will see the final fight between Tron and Sam that will define P5.
Oh, they come together again.
They are driving very aggressively right now. This is retaliation. Definitely.
Oh gosh.
I don't like to see these kind of things. And it seems that Sam is gonna take P5. Tron has 1 turn to reveal the position. He's gonna try it. Tron gonna try to take the position. He tries. No, against the slow zone. But now he's in the main strike. No, Sam pushes Tron against the wall. What did Sam do? Sam just made what the person who cannot be named made on Friday.
Yeah, this kind of driving, I don't care if you're at the very back of the pack fighting for scraps, however you look at it. Do not ever wall someone in an attempt to block them.
This was a definitely very, very, very bad move from Sam Phoenix. I'm pretty certain that Tron will have some words with Emi about the incident, but this is definitely not good for Sam's reputation. They fought for before, they didn't manage to get the position, but this kind of moves are not the way to go. We'll have to see the version that Sam shares about the incident, but to me seemed pretty clear, and not only from here, also when she kinda blocked, I don't remember